What is up, Cheddar fam? I know it's been a few weeks since I dropped one of these. My bad. I had a lot of stuff going on and my motivation was killed. But let's welcome back the music reviews with an album review that I honestly didn't even know I was going to make in the first place. I'm not really the biggest fan of this band or their music. I only like a few songs here and there besides this album, surprisingly. The album being The Hum Goes On Forever by The Wonder Years. This album is a pop punk record, but surprisingly super mature for a pop punk record, which we will get into later on. I just listened to this album in full 2 weeks ago, and I instantly fell in love with it. I knew a few songs off of this record prior, and I remember kind of being there during the album's rollout, but I never really gave it the time of day besides like 3 songs. So without further ado, let's get on with the album review. If you guys have any albums or singles you want to recommend, please leave them down below as I will review them all later in their own video. Please, please, please recommend me some music. I'd love to get to know what you guys listen to. I think it's best to start off with The Glaze. The opening song on this album is really depressing. I honestly love it with lyrics such as, I don't like me, I need you to know I love you still, I don't like me, for the closing lyrics to end the song. It feels almost like a desperate plea in my opinion. This song also opens up with the line, I don't want to die. First glance, you might think it's a bit cringe, you know. There's that Logic song that goes, I don't want to die, I don't want to die anymore, you know. 1-800 by Logic, the song that saved my life. That song literally saved my life. God, I fucking hate that song. That song's so cringe. A coworker this is gonna be a little bit of a side tangent. A coworker pointed out to me that they named the song like the Suicide Hotline, but all anybody ever remembers it for is just 1-800. Nobody fucking remembered the Suicide Hotline. They just remember the fucking fact that it's like 1-800 and then whatnot. I don't even know it. But this song sets the entire tone for this record. The emotion is clear as day with the song's build-up and the depressing but real and relatable lyrics and the vocal delivery. The next song on this record I want to talk about is Wyatt's song, in parentheses, Your Name, and this song genuinely gives me goosebumps every time I listen to it. The song brings the emotion from the opening song, and every time I listen to it, I always get a little watery-eyed. The song is written from a dad's perspective of their child and being worried of failing with the lyric, I've never been so afraid of failing at anything, and I'm low and I'm scared, but I'm on your side. And just wanting to protect them with lyrics like, I won't let you cut your feet when you learn to run, and the lyric, gonna grow you a safer place than this. I love this song a lot, the instrumental is good and I really enjoy it, and the vocal delivery is super catchy while being able to display the emotion of the lyrical content. The next song I want to talk about is Summer Clothes. It's a bit of a different song compared to a lot of the other songs on this record. The song is about the good moments in life and just thinking about all the small things in life and reminiscing on the good moments and just overall living in the moment. At least that's what it means to me. I could be wrong. This was the first song off the record that I've heard. I fell in love with the song instantly when I first heard it. It's probably the catchiest song and easily the song with the happiest sounding lyrics. The next song is Laura and the Beehive. And honestly, this song is also really depressing, just like a lot of this album is. The song is about reminiscing about the time spent as a kid, spending time with your parents or grandparents, and realizing that they aren't going to be around forever. The song's lyrics, well, I just called to talk about the weather or anything you want, and I just called to hear your voice. I'm sorry, I won't keep you long. Encapsulating that. I think the song is probably the most depressing song on this album, but I think it's done very well. The instrumental complements the depressing tone of the lyrics and the vocals.
Well, I just called to talk about the weather or anything you want. And I just called to hear your voice. I'm sorry, I won't keep you long.
The next song is the closing track, You're the Reason I Don't Want the World to End. And I think it brings all the themes from previous songs full circle. In the first couple of lyrics in this song, it references summer, bringing us back to the vocalist having / sharing a lot of his favorite moments in the summer. And then the lyric, You Shout Out the Moon, which brings us back to a lyric from Wyatt's song. It's the subtle things about this closer that I honestly really like. It brings all the pieces of the album together. I remember the first time I listened to this, I broke down in the tears, hearing the lyrics like, I'm right where I'm meant to be, the gray moves aside for the first time in my life. Because at the time, I just started getting better, and the gray started to move aside for the first time in 3 to 5 years. And then there's lyrics like, I don't want to die because I gotta protect you. You're the reason I can't leave here yet. The reason I don't want the world to end. Which makes me think of my cats. Because the whole reason I decided to get better was for them. The whole reason I decided to keep going was for them. More specifically, my cat Toothless, because she was the only one I had when I tried to kill myself in 2023. I love this song a lot, and this song holds a special place in my heart. This album is without a doubt the most depressing album I've ever listened to, and I am confident on that one. Every time I listen to it, I'm always either getting watery-eyed at certain points or just breaking down crying. I genuinely had to skip Laura and the Beehive at work today when I listened to the album again because it makes me sad, you know. You know, what else is there to say? I love this album. This album is very mature for a pop punk band to have made, in all honesty, and I didn't ever expect this album to have hit as hard as it did. This album takes us through the eyes of someone who hates themselves, with the opening song showcasing that, and then throughout the record we are given reasons why they want to keep going, and certain things that have made it hard for them to keep going and are honestly just holding them back. You have a song about a city that's falling apart with Paris to Nowhere, a song about a relative that just isn't around anymore with no way to get a hold of them with oldest daughter, and a song about blaming yourself for the death of a friend / loved one that you had no control over, wishing you could have changed the outcome with Cardinals 2. And then you have the songs that give us a reason to keep going, those being Wyatt's song, which, like I previously mentioned, you know, it's about the frontman's kid, you know, about how the frontman has a kid. And then Summer Clothes, which is about enjoying the moment, you know, the little things in life, and remembering the good times. And then Laura and the Beehive, wanting to, you know, like, you know, just reminiscing on your childhood and wanting to be there for your relatives, you know? All ending with "You're the reason I don't want to die" being the thing to top off this album. The person finding peace and wanting to keep living to be able to give the reason he doesn't want to die a long, fruitful life and wanting to keep them safe, even with everything that's going on in the world. This album is beautiful and depressing. This album is a solid 10 out of 10. And like I said, this is the most depressing album I've ever had a chance to listen to. And so with that, thank you, Chatter fam, for tuning in. Thank you for getting loud about Chatter. See you guys in the next band review. Goodbye.
I'm so confused right now. What just happened?